There was quite a lot of interesting things that came out of the One Big Thing campaign that we launched last year, and we've been doing a lot of activity, and we're going to talk today about some of the key points in that. But I guess for those that are listening to this for the first time, can you just give us a bit of an overview as to what the devil is, the HR's One Big Thing campaign?
We went out to over 30 CPOs and really asked them the question, what's the key thing that's keeping you up at night? Or what's the key challenge that you're concerned about? As with most HR people, it's more than one thing. So for a lot of people, we got 3 or 4 different things, but then looked at that in its totality, holistically, and basically we came up with 3 key themes that were absolutely the key challenges that were keeping people focused and top of their list. I think just as a reminder for people, that the key three things, hard to say, was around talent, attraction and development, was around, and retention, was around hybrid and flexible working, and then the third but no means least was around EVP. A number of other topics were mentioned that you would expect, like digital transformation, other things around DE&I and other key topics that are often on the top 10 list. But definitely these 3 came through strong. We've also done a number of other different events where we've been able to explore the topics further. We've done some podcasts, we've done some different dinners with people to discuss. And I think it's definitely confirmed that those 3 topics are something that are not just there and to be talked about, but are actually the things that people are actually working on and focusing on.
I'm going to start with Tim, but then maybe go to you, Chris, and then you, Alice. So the 3 things: talent, EVP, employee value proposition, or hybrid. If we'd have not asked anybody and just decided what do we think those big things are going to be, would you have been surprised? Did that surprise you, I guess, is my question, Tim, in terms of those three being the big things?
No, not at all, because this is what I've heard people really talk about since kind of early to mid last year, all the way up to now. I'm a recent joiner with LACE and a big fan. I've been a big fan of the thought leadership pieces, and the one big thing is the one kind of piece that I usually take to a CPO and say, would you like, and they love it. They think it's great, and they think it's spot on in terms of the content. So, no, I think it's exactly right. Other things will emerge this year, but I think it's certainly of the moment, the end of last year, and certainly at the moment now.
Yeah. And Chris, from your perspective, we obviously did the research, spoke to these 30 CPOs. We got some of them in a room around a focus group. Would you have said that you were surprised by that?
I love the intersection of people and technology. And I think technology is such a strong enabler in all our lives for so many different things. So I definitely thought that the 3 that were mentioned would be highly mentioned. I thought that digital transformation, or the whole moving to the cloud, more technology side would have been higher up the list. I don't think it's that people are not thinking about that. I just think these are actually bigger, harder problems that actually maybe technology is part of the solution anyway. So it's almost, we don't need to necessarily have digital transformation or cloud, moving to the cloud, or a more technology focused discussion, because actually it's interwoven into all the other topics. I think it's probably why I think it would, why that's happened.
Yeah, and so from your point, Alice, obviously you work with all of our clients, talking to our clients every single day about some of their biggest challenges and stuff like that. When you first saw those 3 things, did you just think, yeah, that's pretty much spot on from the people I'm talking to?
Yeah, definitely, especially kind of back end of last year when we were speaking to clients. We couldn't get away from the hybrid kind of conversation.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't even just in like people news, it was in mainstream media news. So everyone had a view on it. And I think it was CPO's kind of main topic is how do we get those views from our employees so we can start to, really use those insights and put a proposition together that works for not only the employee but also the business.